Donald Trump goes scorched earth on immigrants and more specifically, Somalians. This one is legendary, just happened last night. Let's watch.
45 to 30,000 people, mostly men, mostly soldiers, every month. 25,000 to 30,000 soldiers. It's impossible. That's half a stadium. Take a big football stadium. Take half of those people in a stadium and they're wiped out, they're killed every month. It's crazy. That war is crazy. It would have never happened with me, and it didn't happen for 4 years.
He's talking about the Ukraine war there. You know, it's disgusting. The amount of people dying, the amount of good men dying in this war. So pretty much rich people can get richer and these politicians can get richer. It's disgusting. And Donald Trump is the president of peace. He wants peace. He wants his country to be great again, like it was probably in the 80s and 90s. And it's disgusting to see all these wars happening. I don't think that the wars would have happened if he was in leadership. But of course, under the Biden administration, one of the worst administrations of all time, these wars escalated and got worse.
Just like potential land strikes, can you elaborate anything on that?
Yeah, I'll elaborate. If they come in through a certain country or any country, or if we think they're building mills for whether it's fentanyl or cocaine. I hear Colombia, the country of Colombia, is making cocaine. They have cocaine manufacturing plants, okay? And then they sell us their cocaine. We appreciate that very much. But yeah, anybody that's doing that and selling it into our country is subject to attack.
So not necessarily.
Agreed. You know, they shouting about these Venezuelan boats coming in. These boats are carrying enough drugs to kill 50,000 Americans each. They should absolutely be bombing the shit out of them, guys. Absolutely.
Venezuela.
No, not just Venezuela, no. Venezuela's been very bad. Venezuela's been really bad in something else, probably worse than most, but a lot of other people do it too. They would send murderers into our country. They would empty their jails into our country. They sent people into our country that we don't want. They sent their drug dealers and their drug people into our country. They sent people from their mental institutions into our country, and we're getting them out. That was bad. That was real bad. And they also sent drugs. Yeah.
On Tim Walz, Mr. President, do you think he should resign over the fraud scandal in his state?
And who should?
Tim Walz, over the fraud scandal in his state.
Look, I think the man's a grossly incompetent man. I thought that from the day I watched J.D. destroy him in the debate. I was saying, who was more incompetent, that man or my man? I had a man and he had a man. They were both incompetent, and I had a man and a woman. I thought she was very incompetent too, but now she's leading the field, and I think she's leading the field in this for the nomination. Anyway, look, that's up to them. That's up to the Democrats. You know, the problem with them is they have really bad policy. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want them to change it necessarily. Because I want to run against it, whether it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody that's going to probably sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people running together sitting at this table, you know. But I want them to win because we've done a great job for this country, and I want that to be carried forward.
I think, yeah, like J.D. Vance will probably be the next president after Donald Trump. He's like the most likely guy to actually get the office, right?
And you know, I think we have a tremendous bench, really a tremendous bench. But no, I think that Walz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him. Okay, there's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And
they have no government, you know, and we're letting them just flood into Ireland. You know, they have no government, no background checks. Somalia, they have Al-Shabaab, which are Al-Qaeda factions, ISIS factions. They're basically just ISIS in East Africa. Terrible situation.
Somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes, but this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're going to look into that, Scott, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars.
In welfare, he's talking about they come in, and I believe they're actually brought in by some Congress members and they're being paid loads of money, welfare. Complete disaster, guys. Same thing that's happening here in Ireland. We have people coming in from God knows where, African plains, the Serengeti, primitive people. We're paying them welfare. They don't work. They don't contribute. I mean, that cannot continue, right?
And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason.
Yes.
Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too.
Yeah.
I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them the hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Oh, yeah.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you very much.
That was absolutely legendary. He's 100% correct, guys. You know, when people come to Ireland and whatever, they're complaining, this kind of thing, let them go back to wherever the hell they came from, guys. If they're coming from Somalia, there's no government. You know, they're eating the small animals that run around here. They're completely primitive behavior, and we're just letting it happen. We're paying them welfare, we're paying them dole, €700 a month, €700 a week sometimes to these Roma gypsies. They shouldn't even be here, guys. I mean, let them go home, guys. If they're not contributing, you heard what he said, 88% of Somalians in Minnesota, which is basically the same as Roma gypsies in Ireland, 90% of them don't contribute to society, don't work, they're on welfare. That's a disaster. We shouldn't have these people in our country. 100% cut them off, send them home. I love it, guys. That was the most legendary speech ever. And then beforehand, we have Mark Rubio going hard on mass immigration into the US. We have both Rubio and Trump going scorched earth, going hard on this nonsense. Let's listen.
And I can go down the list. Why has he focused on mass migration? It's very simple, because no country is safe if you can just walk in without us knowing who you are into your country. We've seen the destruction that that's wreaking, not just in our own country, but the impact that it's having in Europe and in many other parts of the world. You talk about trade deals and the trade situation.
I love it, guys. Not only did he talk about the mass immigration into the US, he also said we've seen the destruction that's happening in Europe as well. And, you know, I heard Nick Fuentes say recently, he said, Europe, just stand by, we're coming to save you. I mean, literally, nothing is happening in Europe, guys. It's getting worse. France, Paris, we have flipping places in Germany, mass stabbings and shootings and all these terror attacks. The UK is getting worse. Ireland, it's getting to that point as well. The US has to step in and literally save us, quote unquote, like it's World War II or something, World War III all over again. Not on that extreme level, but they have to come in and actually see what's happening, because now we have the US State Department saying that they're going to try and measure the actual migration, the crime that's happening in Europe as well, and that our politicians have to give them reports on what's happening because they're destroying the Western world, they said. I mean, it's absolutely, that was the best speech I've ever heard Trump say. I mean, literally, when I saw that last night, I was like, that is some leadership. He also put up a post that got like 63 million views on X. I think it's like 100 million views now, where he basically talked about they're going to cut off all immigration from the third world, okay, because they had that terrorist attack in Washington, D.C., some Afghanistani immigrant that came over in 2021 under the Biden administration on those flights out of Afghanistan to save Afghanistan, but obviously complete disaster, pulling out the troops out of the country. And he came over, he did this terrorist attack. He shot and killed 2 National Guardsmen. And he said, now we're cutting off all of this, you know, crazy immigration from the third world. We're actually going to do background checks on all these people once again. It's absolutely amazing. The best president, one of the best presidents I've ever seen, guys. Absolutely amazing. We need leadership like this here in Ireland, guys. I mean, this is what we need here in Ireland. Anyone that shouldn't be here, anyone that's not helping to contribute, anyone that's not pushing the culture, the heritage, you know, and making the country better, absolutely should be gone, long gone out of Ireland. Anyone that's complaining, that's bitching and moaning that this country is terrible compared to their country, gone too, guys. You know, how can you be coming from Somalia, one of these places that doesn't even have running water, no running government, there's no sitting body of government, and then complaining about living in the US or living in Europe? I mean, it's just ridiculous, guys. I mean, the audacity, you know, the actual balls on these people to be complaining about Europe and America when their own country is a flipping shithole, it's just ridiculous. Let them all go back home if they don't like it here. Absolutely 100%. I love you all. If you guys want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member today for just €3 per month. I hope you enjoyed that video. I know I did. And I'll see you in the next one, lads. Peace.